Hi, katzcradul here. Last week my friend Goat Hollow posted a video showing the drought in his area. He lives up in Iowa, and I was glad to see those pictures and to see what it looks like where he is. And I thought this week that I would show you what it looks like where I live. I have about an hour drive to church on Sunday, so I knew I'd be passing lots of fields. We're used to extreme weather here. A couple of years ago we had a blizzard, and we had to dig out from our back door in order to get to our shop. Over on the left is our patio table. You can see it just stacked up, piled up there. This is the front of the house where Paladin Prepper had to dig out to be able to open his car door. A drift had blown up there, and he had to dig out to go to work. The next picture shows going along by the side of our house. In between our house and our neighbor's house, there's just a little, probably 20 foot, maybe 15 foot distance between our houses there, and the snow blew up there as well, and we had to dig out in order to get to our side gate to get in our backyard. So you can see the drift is as tall as the 6-foot fence. In fact, Prepper A walked over that fence that day. Last year we had severe flooding, and I took this picture today. You can probably see the line on the barn about 4.5–5 feet up. That's where the flood came to last year. So this farmer's field that you see behind that barn was completely decimated last year, and thousands of farmers in our areas were flooded out. The water got so high that the crops just couldn't be brought in. It's a different story this year. I've never seen it like this. I've lived here 5 years, and we've had nothing like this drought. This is how our fields look. They are dry, and those who still have some green leaves on their corn are going to try to cut it for silage for cattle feed, but most of it is just going to have to be plowed under. We tried to get you some good shots so that you could get a sense of what it looks like here in the heartland, and so that you can understand the seriousness of this drought. This is another field close by. This is how the corn should look in October when it's almost ready to harvest, not how it should look in July. This is another field, and it's even worse. There's no green at all left on this corn. In this picture, if you look very closely, even though the picture isn't terribly clear, you can see that the ears of corn are literally hanging down. It looks like there's ears of corn, and while it did make these little pseudo ears, it never got enough rain in order for the kernels to fill out, so there's nothing in there. It's a dry cob with very little kernel on it. Here's a place that we pass every single week that is, ever since I've lived here, has been filled nearly to the road with water, and you can see there's just a little puddle left. I have never ever seen this when it's not filled with water. Literally, sometimes we can't get through here because just a little rain will send it up over the road. Here's how it looks now. It is so dry and so hot. When Paladin Prepper got out to take this video, I could hardly stand it. It was 102 degrees when he got out to take this. The rest of the week doesn't promise to be any better. 105 for Monday, 104 for Tuesday, 102 for Wednesday, and a 30% chance of rain on Wednesday that we're all praying for. I made hamburgers this week and took a picture of this platter just because it was so pretty and thought I might be able to use it sometime. These are pickles that I made, onions I grew, tomatoes I grew. For that same meal, I made my own whole wheat hamburger buns. I'm glad to know that I have these skills to be able to grow my own food, and that I have plenty of wheat stored so that I can grind it when I need it to be able to make good food, excellent food for my family. These are skills I'm glad I possess, and as I looked out over those fields today, I'm so glad that I have something in reserve to feed my family should the price of food get too expensive at the grocery store, or should it be non-existent. I posted this earlier in a video this week. I'll post the link in this one as well. This is from NOAA. This is the projection for the next 3 months from July 19th to August 31st. Drought widens over the past week, unlikely to yield through October. The drought will intensify. I have no idea what the corn harvest will look like around here. I'm suspecting it will be dismal at best if anybody has been able to save it. All the farmers in my town have given up on the corn harvest and are now just trying to save the soybeans. Up until this week they've looked very good, but I noticed as I was driving through today that there are many yellowing patches even in the soybeans. I hope you're preparing. I hope you're stocking up for your family. And I hope you're paying attention, and that even though this may not be the way it looks in your area, this is the way it looks in many parts of the country, and it will have an impact on our lives. Cat's Cradle.